11 runners. Number 8 is Free to Dream is out. Scales, 7-2 joint favourite with King's River at the moment. Maserati, 7-1, 8-1 Danceintothelight. Collie Row, 9-1, 9-1 Carl's Faith. Sam the Man, 10s along with Burton Bar. Jackfield, 16, same for Warsaw Pact. 100s, Betty Borgia.
And there's a look at Scales, a 7-2 joint favourite here, number 4 in the card. Back from a break, Stan Shepherd, one of the more experienced riders in the race. I remember this horse is a young horse. He was a Trevor Hemmings horse. He won his bumper at Stratford the day before the Cheltenham Festival, if I'm right.
Good
many years ago.
Good night. This is what Racing UK play for.
No, it's not. Can't remember a whole pile more.
I think he's been found a quite a good race here. I mean, quite surprised that he's been so well backed. I wonder whether that's because Kerry Lee's made a bright start to a training career, because he's probably £12 lower than he was this sort of time last year, and because he's ridden by Stan Shepherd. I suppose people put those various facets together, and that might be the reason why they've landed on him. He's a pretty infrequent winner, but he does go well after a break, and you know, he's a very, very solid each way play in this race, but obviously the price has eroded somewhat in the last couple of hours.
7-3 joint with number 5 King's River for Venetia Williams, and Lucy Turner claims 7.
Yeah, he got warm prior to that run at Uttoxeter. Just try and have a look at his demeanour today, but he looks very well turned out. He's also in at Uttoxeter on Saturday, which suggests that they're expecting a bold showing today. Good effort on that comeback run, ridden by Lucy Turner, whose sole career win today was on Pontific at Warwick.
Number 2, Maserati for Max Kendrick and Ben Case. Max is one of the more experienced ones in this type of event.
Yeah, he's riding firm order, I think, in the last race. Tomorrow, a horse that he's won on before. I think he's 3 from 93. The only time this horse has run off a similar sort of break, it was off a 195-day break, and he got beat 70 lengths at Huntingdon. He's 0 from 11 in his career. No tongue tie, blinkers or pieces today. But Max Kendrick, as you say, got plenty of experience, so it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to his chance.
Number 6 is Danceintothelight, owned by Abbie McCain, trimmed by husband Donald, and ridden by his daughter Abbie McCain. We wish her well, her first ride, but she's plenty of experience in pony racing. She was riding recently, Donald was telling us, over in Ireland. She's very, very keen. She's just turned 16, and Donald's bought this horse for her. This horse should be, touch wood, hopefully, a good conveyance for these type of events, because when with Mickey Hammond, we know him running around Catrick. Becky Smith used to ride. There's lots of amateurs and conditionals have had to go on him, so hopefully she'll be a good schoolmaster.
Absolutely, yeah, I think hit the nail on the head there. Somewhere around Catrick might be where she gains her first win. I'd be surprised if it's around Ludlow. He hasn't got a great record right-handed, 0 from 18 in his career and 0 for 9 over hurdles. But Catrick, left-handed, those are the sort of places.
Market Racing, he's run well right-handed, hasn't he? Yeah, he's run well. He's been placed a few times, I think, in Market Racing.
Fair play, fair play. Maybe he's probably not the lost cause I thought he was, but it's going to be a big ask for her, isn't it? First time up to go and beat lads that have been riding, and girls that have been riding, you know, for a number of years. She'll gain a lot from the experience, and as you say, she's got a reasonably decent conveyance. Although I do remember him, did he fall at the last when he had Catrick race?
Could have done, yeah.
Once. Rather frustrating, but nice type of horse to go to war with in this sort of sphere.
Yeah, we wish Abbie well. There's number 1 directed behind. Collie Roy made a winning start when moved to Tim Vaughan's yard, and back from a slight break as well. Lorca Williams claiming 7 on board.
Won a little seller under Richard Johnson on good ground at Worcester. Disappointed next time out. I wonder whether the trip was to blame there. Easy to back today, 11 to 2 out to 9s.
Yeah, and Kerry Lee has kindly come across. She's just legged up Stan Shepherd on board Scales. Thanks for coming across, Kerry. All good?
Yeah, we're very happy with him. Can't believe he's going off favourite, but there we go. No, he's in good form at home. I'm quite happy with him.
Trainer form?
Trainer is in form, yeah. I've done some miles this week, that's for sure. But this is the plan for Scales. I've had this race mapped out for him for a good couple of months now.
And Stan Shepherd, one of the more experienced. What sort of ride is he?
So Scales would be quite a keen ride, so he's going to drop him in early on, not too far out, and just creep and see what happens. But first time out for Stan and Kerry Lee partnership. But I've got a story to tell you about Stan, actually. I once judged him to win a handy pony competition about 10 years ago, I think. So he's always been able to ride.
Right, so you've always thought he could be good value in Ludlow in about 10 years' time?
You never know.
On a serious note, training going really well. Horses are flying.
Yeah, really, really enjoying it, actually. I couldn't have made a better start, and I've had lots and lots of support, which has been absolutely fantastic, and really enjoying it.
Good. Well, we wish you well here.
Thank you very much.
It's Kerry Lee at our local track with Scales. It's good close up from going down under Stan Shepherd, who had a spin right over fences earlier.
Touched to Paul Nichols, isn't he?
Is he? Right.
I think it's with Paul, yeah. 7 from 65 in his career. He managed to get Cool Bob to win. 56th, 57th time of asking, and good record on Mediglio as well. I think he won 3 times on that. So very much an emerging rider, talented boy, and with good connections as well. And looks to have a good chance of at least getting into the frame on Scales, who is a little bit of a bridesmaid, but could be very competitive off this current mark.
Just looking at it, I thought Burton Bar. He's 12 to 1. He's a good looking horse. He has to go right-handed. First time at Lawney Hill. He's well handicapped in all form. I wonder this might be the sort of conditions that I might fancy it today.
Yeah, I mean, we last saw him in a handicap at Perth, where he's well beaten. It's Charlotte Wyatt's second ride, so good luck to her. I just wonder, I'd mark down as, perhaps a small field handicap chase around Huntingdon, somewhere like that. He's got a good record in small fields, 4 from 10.
Right hand is important. Yeah, it is. Very important, yeah.
Massive, isn't it? One of the intriguing points in this race is the move for Maserati, who's been sort of 18 into 14 this morning, now 6 to 1. Whether they've done some remedial work in the 134 days since we last saw him when he was pulled up at Worcester. I suppose they've taken all the accoutrements off, no pieces, no blinkers, no tongue tie. So I wonder whether he's going quite well at home after perhaps having just 1 or 2 things tinkered with, as we all do.
For trainer Ben Case, done well really. We've sort of a minute from post time, and racegoers by and large have stayed dry.
Yes, we've escaped.
You wouldn't run a 4:30, would you?
No, it would be the miners' lamp stakes, wouldn't it? To be fair to Simon Sherwood, he sort of predicted the rain would come in about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and he was absolutely bang on the money, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I think he'd be happy enough really.
Yes.
It's not that heavy.
Decent crowd as usual, Ludlow.
Yes, well,
very well supported track, and put on good prize money, and they've had some nice shape to the races, haven't we? We've seen 1 or 2 nice horses, which no doubt we'll chat about in the roundup, but nice betting opportunities as well. Some of these races, good mix to the card, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, a few seconds to post time. Any news in Clonmel?
No news on Clonmel. No news on Clonmel.
You're not very good with your Clonmel, are you?
I'm rubbish from a Clonmel. I'm not great with Ludlow.
Home of Magnus Cider.
Yeah, so you tell me. Sam the man's not going to win this last race, is he?
No.
You're pretty confident
The
of
name?
that? Dodgy name, obviously, but the fact that Robert Hawker rides is interesting. He's obviously used by Johnny Farrelly. He's ridden winners around here, Ascendant. The horse isn't brilliant right-handed, but his 2 wins, one of them came off a break which was similar to today's. Cheap pieces, 1 from 6, got a bit of form around Ludlow. I thought he was one of the interesting ones at a price, to be honest. I'd rather back him at sort of 16s this morning than Maserati, but obviously the market is screaming Maserati today.
Kyle's Faith, a big, it's 8 to 1. Do you know who rides Kyle's Faith?
Who rides Kyle's Faith?
Harley, Roy, Luther, Cornock, who came 7.
Fair play. It's evens each of 2 between him and Bradley Paris-Crofts, isn't it, for the best name in the race?
Absolutely. Dead heat.
You got a middle name?
Patrick.
Really?
Yeah.
No, my mum couldn't afford one.
No.
No.
Yeah, it was a deal on buy one, get one free. Right, are we near ready? It looks like we are.
It'd be rare, wouldn't you, being a Patrick from Ireland?
Yeah, very. Only 3 of us. Right, they're going to assemble into some sort of line here at Ludlow for the final time today. Let's get up with our thanks for the final time to Stuart.
Thanks, Al. Start is almost ready for them in the rapidly descending gloom. Coming forward now, Scales a little bit behind the others, but moving in the right direction. Not going to be a first timer, however. Just make them wait. So standing start now. Maserati and Burton Bar turning. Burton Bar turning again. Jackfield and Kyle's Faith And now indeed all the others being invited to get their heads back off the tape. Coming in once more. Still the starter's not happy though. A few others having to take another turn. And they're off. From a standing start, they jump away. Betty Borgia was a little slow in gathering stride for the Robin Morland Memorial. Going to the first of the 11 flights, and Burton Barr, whom you since wanted to be handy with Charlotte White, was indeed the first to hop over. And with Carl's Faith on the near side close up, and King's River, a red jacket out wide, they're being tracked by Warsaw Pact. The grey Danceintothelight under Abbie McCain, close up in 5th place as they take flight number 2, followed over by Maserati in a sheepskin noseband. Break then of a couple of lengths to the next wave of runners. Jack Field, who in turn is a couple of lengths up on Sam the Man in the cheek pieces. Scales, the raw blue sleeves, weighted with. He's in the last group of 3 at this stage, with Collie Rowe, the red cap, and Betty Borgia. So along the side of the course they travel on the long run to the 3rd, and Burton Barr leading from Kyle's Faith. King's River and Lucy Turner racing on the outside of Warsaw Pact, and Danceintothelight up between horses. And the first half of the field are a little bit further clear of the pursuers now. They'd be a good 8 to 10 lengths ahead of Maserati, who leads the chase, followed by Jack Field, the pink cap, Sam the Man on the inside of the keen-going Scales, and then Collie Rowe and Betty Borgia. So 2 miles to travel, and they turn on in to face this line of 3 flights. Burton Barr from Kyle's Faith, King's River, Warsaw Pact, the white jacket on the inner, and Danceintothelight. And still this quintet a little way clear of the rest as they rise. They're over safely. Maserati a little hind legs first when landing in 6th place ahead of Jack Field. Sam the Man on the left, and then Scales. King's River just running around going into that flight. Still Collie Rowe and Betty Borgia the final 2, and Betty Borgia had to be stoked up on landing. Here's the 5th, Burton Barr flicking through the top but over quickly. The rest neat enough in behind. Warsaw Pact having to be niggled along for half a dozen strides by Bradley Paris Crofts. Heading on to the judge then, in descending night, Burton Barr leading the field by around about a length. To Carl's Faith, Danceintothelight, King's River, and the pushed along Warsaw Pact on the inner. 4 in a line on the heels of the leaders. Still this gap to Maserati, the others tightly clustered. Sam the Man on the inside of Scales, then Collie Rowe, Jack Field, and Betty Borgia, who's still a little on and off the bridle. Along the side of the course they go, on towards the 6th, Burton Barr, being pursued by Danceintothelight. Still Warsaw Pact is being driven along, rising. Carl's Faith took it in 4th just ahead of King's River, and then Maserati closer to them. From Sam the Man and Scales and Collie Rowe and Jack Field, the pink cap, and Betty Borgia is now struggling at the back of the field. So across the highest point of the course they go, and to the first of a couple of flights on the far side. Burton Barr by a little over a length to Danceintothelight, who's travelled strongly under Abbie McCain, sitting seconds, just ahead of Warsaw Pact, who's still being bustled up. King's River shaken up on the outside of Carl's Faith. Then Maserati in the noseband, only about 6 lengths off the lead, alongside the likes of Collie Rowe and Jack Field. Scales, the white cap, still weighted with from Sam the Man, the long gap to Betty Borgia, as they take the first across in the back straight. So well beyond the halfway point, they're now moving towards 4 out. Burton Barr from Danceintothelight, Warsaw Pact drifting back to the main cluster. King's River, red jacket, is just about taken 3rd. Sam the Man on the near side in the cheek piece is making headway as they step over that flight. A Warsaw Pact continuing to lose further ground, and now the lengthy run from the back straight towards the last 3. Danceintothelight has gone bounding on into the lead here with ears pricked from the pace-setting Burton Barr. The others, though, clustering up on their tails. Sam the Man on the inside of Maserati in a noseband. Then King's River from Collie Rowe. Scales in the striped jacket still buried away from Warsaw Pact. Jack Field out wide. Carl's Faith, meanwhile, has lost plenty of ground. They still over half a mile to travel. About to run the final part of the turn. Danceintothelight by about 3 lengths to Burton Barr. Sam the Man angled off the inner, working across to Maserati. Collie Rowe. Jack Field shaken up on the outer. Scales trying to thread a passage in behind horses. King's River, the latest to come under strong pressure, making hard work of it. And then Warsaw Pact and Carl's Faith. And Danceintothelight leads them to the top of the straight, but Scales has made smooth progress on the inside with Stan Shepherd sitting quietly. And now now comes to challenge Dance Into the Light as they approach the third lot. So Scales quite effortlessly has moved through to take over from Dance Into the Light. They've drawn some way clear of